Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We back again, man. And it's time for the Tuesday banger. It's time for the Tuesday banger, y'all. That's a lock, and I got one. That's a lock. Y'all know I keep one. Always got a banger. Always. But like I always say before I start my videos, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that has a job out there that's working, doing something constructive, getting to the bag the legit way. Y'all got something to listen to in y'all Bluetooth, man. I have no problem making sure y'all got that content. I have no problem giving y'all content, warning y'all about how dangerous prison is. I have no problem doing these things, y'all. I just need y'all to do one thing. Just stay out the way for me, man. That's it, man. Just stay out the way. That's it. Why? Because we have to. It's either that or you trying to leave your family and go live in the scariest place in the world. Come on, man. I know a lot of y'all dudes think y'all tough because y'all can survive the streets. But prison is different from the streets. It's a whole different set of rules. When you get put in that place, everything is going to change. Everything, man. There's no guns, first of all. Let's get that straight. There's no guns. So, you know, once you leave from being a hooligan on the street, you go to the next worst thing, which is prison, where there's no guns. So you got to have hand-to-hand combat. You got to go through stuff like that, man. Like, don't even put yourself through it. Just stay out of the way right now. Stay out of the way right now. Change your life around right now. You can do it. Just tell yourself you want to do it. I know you want to do it. Nobody wants to go to jail. I'm never going back to that place, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's a whack place. It's a scary place. And I don't want to see y'all go, man. So just change your life around, man. You got to want to do it for yourself. When you're ready to do it for yourself, everything is going to change, man. I promise you that, man. Just stay out the way, y'all. That's it. Period, man. But y'all already know what it is, man. It's the top of the week game. Tuesday banger. Y'all already know what I need y'all to do with this one right here, man. Like, share, subscribe this one, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But it's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called The CEO Put Him on Blast. Crazy one right here, y'all. Crazy one right here, man. It's a crazy one right here, man. But it's all type of people in there, man, like who know how to disguise themselves, like to be other people, where deep down inside in their heart, they are really a different way. Like you have dudes like that inside of prison, y'all, that kind of like, you know, they move around like they this person, like and portray to be this person, even if it's portraying to be a tough person or a gang member or anything. But it's always a deep, dark secret that they be hiding. And I noticed that it be those ones that kind of stick out, that want to be the one all the time. And then on the low, they be having a deep, dark secret. That's what be going on in penitentiary. And it's hard to hide secrets in penitentiary, man. I'm telling you, man, it's always somebody that know you, somebody that been around you. It's hard to hide a secret. So with that being said, we are on Susses 2 for this one, y'all. We are on Susses 2 for this one, man. And for real, I can remember being in 4 building, man. I can remember being in 4D for this story right here, man. And for real, like the pod was cool. The pod really didn't have a whole lot going on. It was a lot going on with the gang members, but it wasn't a lot going on with like different dudes in the pod. The Bloods had a lot going on at the time, because this is around the time when they finally started letting dudes go get their commissary. So dudes be getting robbed. I said this in a story before. This is around this time right here. So the whole time I'm in this block, you know what I mean? Like it was all right until one day they brought this dude in the block. Now, I'm not going to say this dude name for a lot of reasons, y'all. We're going to keep his name anonymous, man. But we're going to call this dude Chuck. We're going to call this dude Chuck right here, man. But Chuck was from Petersburg, man. I will say that, man. Chuck was from Petersburg. And for real, Chuck was like, he was cool because I met him in 2C. You know what I mean? Like, he was one of those dudes that when I met in 2C, like when I first got on the compound, kind of like he was in 2C with all us back then, like 03. You know what I mean? So when I met him back then, like he was one of those dudes kind of like, you know, he knew how to box a little bit, you know what I mean? He gambled. He wasn't really trying to get the package too heavy, but he was just one of those dudes that I seen kind of like was a maniac, but kind of like keeping it tucked because, you know, he already had like the stigma of him being from Petersburg. Like, y'all gotta understand how Petersburg is. Like, Petersburg is a spot that's right next to Richmond, Virginia. You know what I mean? Let me give y'all a quick history lesson on this. Petersburg is a spot right next to Richmond, Virginia. Now, Petersburg is definitely smaller than Richmond, Virginia, but they next door neighbors to Richmond, Virginia. And besides Richmond, I would say Petersburg is the next city that got, like, you know, from people from that 804 side of town, you know what I mean, side of the state, like Richmond side and all that. I'll say it's Richmond, then it's Petersburg. Now, Petersburg, they got a lot of dudes locked up in there, you know what I mean? But like, it's not more than Richmond. So the dude Chuck, when we was in 2C, I seen kind of like how his attitude used to be with certain stuff, that he was like really like, you know, I'm just getting on the compound, but I still feel like I got something to prove slightly. Like, that's why I got from him when we was in 2C. Fast forward to tape. Now we in 4 building. Chuck comes into the block. Now, when Chuck comes into the block, Richmond don't have a strong, like, they not super deep. Like, it's probably like 6 dudes in there, 4 to 5, 6 dudes, something like that. But they all hang together. They all rock together. So that's what Richmond do. Like, Norfolk dudes rock together. Newport News dudes rock together. That's how I be in there. But Richmond definitely hang with Richmond. So they had probably like 4, 5, 6 dudes in there. Chuck moving the block. Now, like I told y'all, they next door neighbors to Richmond. Like, they right by Richmond. So it's like I don't know what's the history on the street. You know what I mean? Like, it's like where I'm from in Virginia, the 7 cities, like it's certain cities that don't get along with certain cities when I was growing up. Like, it's probably changed now and everybody gets along. But back in the day, like, certain cities didn't get along from the 7 cities. So I don't know how it was growing up for Richmond and Petersburg being next door neighbors. It probably was a little beef slightly, like they get locked up in Petersburg dudes get at the Richmond dudes, vice versa, stuff like that. But in penitentiary, it's more Richmond dudes, point blank, period. So Chuck moving to the block. So when I see him moving to the block, like, you know, I knew him from 2C, but like, I didn't know him like we was cool enough for me to go dap him up and go kick it with him or nothing like that. Me and Chuck never done nothing like that. But when I see him moving the block, he go holler at his man strictly that was from Petersburg. Another dude, I'm not gonna say his name, but this is his homeboy, you know what I mean? So Chuck take his stuff to his cell, you know what I mean? Chuck put all his stuff up. He come back downstairs. The dude from Richmond, an old head named Jack, he running the poker game, you know what I mean? He at the table running the poker game. It's like 2 other Richmond dudes playing and a couple of other dudes playing. Chuck comes straight down to the poker table and start playing poker, you know what I mean? He started playing poker. It's a dude at the table. I don't know. I think dude was from Richmond. He could have not been from Richmond, but I'm thinking he from Richmond because he knew the house man. The house man was from Richmond. Man, this is my word. Chuck just snapped out. This is first day in the pod. Man, this is first day in the pod, y'all. This man snapped. He snapped on the dude. And matter of fact, I apologize, y'all. This guy who he snapped on, he's not from Richmond. You know what I mean? Now that I think about it, he wasn't from Richmond. But Chuck snapped. Like, I don't know what dude did at the poker table, but he snapped. He snapped. Man, ain't nobody gonna effing cheat me. Ain't nobody gonna effing cheat me. No, sir. House man, you look, don't worry about it. I got it. The house man's supposed to straighten everything when there's an argument and stuff like this. This man is in the pod one day, and I'm just watching him kirk out. You know what I mean? Like, what do you snap about now? If somebody cheated you, you gotta snap. You know what I mean? I do believe that. But like, I'm just tripping off this man's first day in the pod. Like, dang, bro, you might be back in the bean or wherever you came from. So he snap out, he make a big scene. So dude like, man, I ain't even trying to argue with you, man. I quit. He tell the house man, I quit. I ain't even trying to argue. Chuck like, man, I ain't trying to hear that now. Chuck kind of a little bigger than dude now. Chuck's probably like 6'1". I give Chuck 6'1". Like, he had one of those bodies that like, he isn't fat, but he like solid, pause. Like, you know what I mean? He had like one of them solid bodies, and he jive and shake because he box. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like, he jive and shake. He play basketball. He do everything. So like, Chuck kind of in shape, you know what I mean? So the dude a little shorter than him, but dude a little older. So dude like, man, I ain't even trying to argue about that. This is my word. Dude walked his cell. Dude going to cell 8. Man, Chuck go behind the dude. Man, he go in there behind the dude, y'all. And he scraped this one in that joint. And it was like, this was like, I have witnessed dudes snap out on the first day in the pod sometimes, but like, this was wild because like, it was different for me because Chuck wasn't like this in 2C. Now, I knew he was a soft or nothing like that, but this is a few 2-3 years later. So like, it's like now he has grew into his real maniac. Like he's a real deal maniac now. So he got down going, he going to sail behind dude. Man, he went in that jump. All you heard was the box. Move. Then it got quiet that joke and you just heard like suits going in suits and like plastic and stuff like kind of, you know how that bag, you know how that, y'all know everybody that locked up, y'all know how that sound when you putting stuff in a net bag, that commissary, like you just heard like, and he just, I don't know what's going on. So everybody looking like dudes was kind of close. I wasn't close to the cell, so I didn't want to go look, but I heard the noise when they were fighting. So dudes at the door looking, dudes, there's a couple of dudes, another old head dude that's in the block. He like, man, come on, Chuck, man. So Chuck I guess he in the cell running dude's stuff. Man, Chuck come out of dude's cell, he take all this stuff. This word, he come out the cell with the laundry bag. You know what I mean? He go back up the steps to his cell. Chuck slept in 25. He go upstairs. Lady opened his door up. He went right in there with the commissary. I was like, damn, I'm looking at bro like, man, bro, crazy. So the old dude, you know what I mean? The old dude that was at the poker table, like his face looked like he was traumatized. He wore glasses. Like I swear, it looked like his glasses started fogging up after that incident. He looks traumatized at the situation because he like, damn, like he know he can't beat dude. You know what I mean? Now, he might think about get a weapon. Like, you know, you can beat anybody. Like, you can't be scared of nobody in penitentiary. Like, oh, you're not going to last long. But I know for a fact old head ain't want no smoke. But old head feeling bad about the situation. We go to dinner. We come back from dinner. Old head don't come back from dinner. Police coming at John at count time. Went to old head cell, packed old head stuff up. Old head checked in the hole, y'all. That's my word. Old head went to the bang. That's my word, y'all. So, boom. The next day, you know what I mean? Like, I have seen Chuck on the yard. I have seen him doing different stuff like this. I have seen him on the basketball court in the gym a few times ever since we was in 2C. But like we still haven't had a conversation from the first day. First day he come straight in the pod, didn't even make his bed, came straight to the poker table, ended up beating the dude up and robbing him, making the dude check in. So I haven't even had a conversation with him from his first day. Second day come around, I see him. You know what I mean? He see me. He like, oh, what's up, Weezy? He ain't dapped me up. He pounded me up, which I was glad. I'm like, oh. Because he was a little older. He probably like 32, 33. You know what I mean? That's older than me at the time. So he hit me with the, I'm like, what's up, man? What you doing, man? He like, man. I said, man, you already, man. I said, already, bro. You ain't been in the pod 2 days. You got dudes checking in. I said, man, you better hope dude don't tell him. He be like, man, he ain't going to tell. Man, he ain't going to be able to go nowhere on this compound, man. He was like, man, Weezy, you don't understand, Weezy. That's how he used to talk. You like, Weezy, you don't understand, Weezy. I'm like, understand what? He was like, man, shh. Man, I gotta goddamn be Energizer Bunny on this compound. He was like, it's Petersburg dudes up here, but there ain't a whole lot of Petersburg dudes up here. There ain't a lot of us. So I gotta kind of be like extra, because you know the Richmond dudes are carrying. So I'm like, you know, I'm hearing them, but like I done been down a little second, not a long time, but like I have been around Richmond and Petersburg dudes. I have been in the block with these dudes for years now, like 2-3 years now. So like I never seen that Petersburg had to compete with Richmond or act like they was tough just for Richmond went and bothered them. It wasn't like Richmond was just bothering dudes from Petersburg. So his logic was throwing me off. But this is what he's saying though. He like, yeah, you know, I gotta go extra, like, cause I ain't, you know, they look at us like we crazy, like we ain't nothing, cause we ain't a lot of dudes up here. You know, I was at Southampton when it was crazy. When I was at Southampton, it was even crazier. Now he talking about a camp that's closed down now. You know what I mean? And back then, they ended up closing Southampton. So, like, Southampton was one of those camps that, you know, it's close to Tidewater, too. Like, it's not as close as St. Bride's is to Tidewater, but it's close to Tidewater where I'm from. And a lot of dudes from Tidewater are there. So, Richmond and Petersburg probably had to stick together at that camp because Tidewater definitely outnumbered them in that camp. So, like, when he was telling me about Southampton, I done heard that the Richmond and Petersburg dudes used to stick together. But he was telling me like it wasn't a lot of them up there and he had to go extra hard and do all this. I'm like, all right, man. I'm like, yo, listen. I'm like, look, I don't really think you got to do that, Chuck, man. You know what I mean? But, you know, it's up to you. He be like, man, shit, I'm just sightseeing for now. You know what I mean? He's just spaced out stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm telling him some good talk. He like, yeah. But I'm just sightseeing for now. That's all. Yeah, I'm just sightseeing for now. I'm like, all right, man, be easy though, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude's chilling, but you know, do what you gotta do, man. Hit him with the pound on again. That's slid, y'all. So boom. You know what I mean? I ain't paying no mind about what was going on. But like, after time has went on for a little bit now, Chuck has been in the block with us for like 5 months now. You know what I mean? It's going on like 5-6 months he's been in the block. So like, he's in the block. Now he's a dude, he has a job. He moves around, you know what I mean? He go outside when he want, like, you know what I mean? He done started a little store box on the low, you know what I mean? And every time they play poker, it'd be a situation with him. But when it's a situation with him, Chuck is definitely ready to go. So like, he was like, I ain't even gonna lie, the way the man acted in the pod, especially after he started stole boxing, like he didn't bring none of this energy at me. You know what I mean? But the way I would say how Chuck started acting in our pod, like after time that went on, like he was kind of a bully, man. Like, and for real, like bullies never last. I know this for a fact. Like a bully always get done the worst way. So his whole persona, how he was like just giving off all his energy was like on some old, like, if he ain't really rock with you like that, he will be like a mean dude, like give off serious mean energy. Like you can go ask him for a honey bun, like let me stole box 2 for 1 on a honey bun, and you will see him in the pod, and you'll just see Chuck like 2 for 1. You don't want 2 for 4? Man, get 2 for 4, man. I ain't stole boxing you, man. Dude, like yo, I just want 1 honey bun, Chuck. Nah, you gotta get 2 for 4. Get 2 for 4, man. Get 2 for 4. I used to be looking at him like, damn. That's entrapment, ain't it? This nigga forcing a nigga to go up higher on it when he wanted to borrow from the store box. I'm like, this nigga's psycho. I'm like, damn, this nigga Chuck, man. Like, I knew how he acted in the pod. Like, all this shit was just gonna come to the end one day, yo. I promise you, I just knew it. And like, it was wild. Like I say, a few years ago, he wasn't like this. But now he's like this. He's changed into a person of being mean, being a bully, being ready to fight. You know what I mean? Feeling like he got something to prove to the Richmond niggas. All this is going on at one time, and I'm just like, I'm confused because he don't even have to be like this. The block wasn't even on no BS stuff like this. There was nothing going on for Chuck to even have to act like this, y'all. So boom, I just let him be. I let him do what he gonna do. It's not my damn business. Chuck, do you, bro? Yeah, all right. You want to prove stuff? Prove stuff, bro. Like, don't prove it to the wrong person though. Like, that was my advice. So I let him be. I let Chuck do him. I ain't even gonna lie. So it's another dude in the block from Richmond. You know what I mean? We gonna call him Richmond. But Richmond was a dude that, like, he liked to get the pack, but he's really quiet with it. Like, he's extra quiet with it. Because he's one of those dudes you could tell when I met Richmond. Me and Richmond was cool too, because when I met him, I like how he moved. You know what I mean? He moved like really, like he really trying to get, like, not let the police have no whiff of what he got going on. And I respected that. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be smart and move different in there. So Richmond was a dude that kind of moved, like, you know what I mean? He moved a little quiet. Now, the whole time Richmond was in the block, it used to be this one lady, man. We're going to call her Officer C. But Officer C used to work like the evening shift in our block in 4D. Now, it used to be a lot of dudes trying to holler at Officer C. Now, I'll say the main person that kind of used to be down on was the dude Richmond. You know what I mean? So Richmond kind of had him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know for sure, did she bring the package? I never asked. I never saw. You know what I mean? But it looked like he had her. You know what I mean? It looked like he had all the attention of her. It looked like she used to come holler at him. Like, you know what I mean? Richmond was kind of a tall dude, wore the little glasses. You know what I mean? Slim dude, little good hair. You know what I mean? He was super cool from the off. Been down about 10 already. You know what I mean? He was cool. So, like, he was down on Officer C. She was one of those officers kind of like, she was involved, like she would kick it with everybody in the block, the homosexuals. We only had one homosexual in there, but the homosexual, the dudes over here, the dudes over there, the dudes over here. She would come walk up on us sometime, kick it with us. Like, this was what Miss C did. You know what I mean? She was just one of those type of officers that kind of like, no, she's like, damn, I'm gonna be nice to people. And like, I'm not gonna push stuff until you disrespect me. She was a CEO like that. And then the whole time, she's probably doing dirt with Richmond the whole time on the low. So me and her had no problems. Me and her never had no problems. But at the end of the day, I think sometimes Richmond and Chuck used to bump heads. Now, Chuck didn't holler at the lady. He never hollered. I never seen Chuck holler at the lady. I never seen him try to holler at the lady with my own 2 eyes. But he did work out in the pod. Not work out in the pod, but he used to work in the pod. So he would be out at times that she would be out there, and then you would see them talk. It wouldn't be like he was hollering at her type of talk, but you would see them talk though. You know what I mean? They would have a conversation. But at the end of the day, I think Richmond used to be like, he used to be trying to do stuff sometime on her shift. And sometimes Chuck used to be in the way. You know what I mean? Like, Chuck is one of them dudes, he gonna be out, he wanna see stuff like this is what he is. I told y'all he jive like a bully, you know what I mean? So they kind of didn't bump heads, but like, I knew they didn't like each other. I knew they didn't like each other for a fact. And I really never really talked to Richmond like that. Like, you know, I never really talked to Chuck no more like that in the pod, but like, you can tell that they didn't like each other. You know what I mean? It just, like, that's how I be in penitentiary. Like, it don't take rocket scientists to be like, this the one dude right here that be hollering at the CEO. But it's this one nigga right here that always in the face, always in the damn way, and he's not doing nothing. So the dude that think the next man hating, which he is probably, you know, he gonna tell his homeboys. His homeboys know that he hating. So like you'll know when there's stuff going on like that in the pod, basically what I'm saying. So like the whole time I know Richmond probably feeling like Chuck in the way. And he one of them dudes like, you know what I mean? Like he probably don't know that Chuck looking at stuff like, yo, I gotta prove to Richmond that I go hard and all this stuff. Richmond ain't even worrying about none of that. Like, he just worrying about dude in the damn way right now. You know what I mean? I feel him. And it be like that in penitentiary. You always got dudes like Chuck that you got to go through that be in the damn way when you trying to get something done with a CO. You know what I mean? Like, that's another reason why I probably never got lucky with a CO, because I never wanted to go through those things like that, because dudes be going through stuff like that. So Chuck don't know that Richmond mad. You know what I mean? Richmond don't know that Chuck feeling some type of way that he thinking he mad. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But all I know is this. Goddamn. The nigga Richmond, goddamn, he talking to the lady, you know what I mean? Him and the lady kicking it, you know what I mean? After him and the lady finished kicking it and shit, goddamn, like you could tell like something was wrong with Richmond, because Richmond was standing like by his cell, and she stopped to talk to him, and then he just left and kind of like they went by the store by the front and just was looking, and he turned around, and then he just had like a real serious look on his face, and he just started walking laps. You know what I mean? He just started walking around the pod. So everybody trying to figure out like, the hell is wrong with Richmond? But he had looked mad. I don't know if it was something the lady told him or what. He didn't get the package. I don't know what it was. So he dipped, you know what I mean? He go back in his cell, you know what I mean? Lady go about her business. So the whole time, you know what I mean? The dude Chuck, you know what I mean? He's up to his regular tricks, you know what I mean? Chuck had a roommate that he would tell, like his roommate was the dude that he would keep stuff in his cell. Like they had, like his store box was lit. I ain't even gonna lie. He had a big store box, but he would have stuff and his roommate would hold stuff for him too. But it was like dude was kind of scared of Chuck because Chuck had screamed on this man kind of like in front of the pod. But I told y'all Chuck kind of like a scary dude. Like the way he talked, like his look, like everything, like his size. Man, come on, man, what the fuck you doing, man? Like he'll say some shit like that that's supposed to sound like it's a joke or like some jokey, like we joking type stuff, but like he be serious. Man, come on, man, what the fuck you doing, man? Like you see him go to this door, just say somebody want a store box something. You will see Chuck out in the pod. His celly always in the cell. He go to his cell, he'll turn around his window, he be like, hey, Lee. His roommate name was Lee. Hey, Lee. Hey, you know what I mean? Yeah, open that box. Man, come on, dumbass. I'm like, damn. He told him, man, come on, dumbass, loud as hell in front of the whole pod. No, not that box, dummy. I'm like, damn. Nigga from Baltimore now. I'm like, this nigga tripping. So he'll just be snapping. Like just randomly, he'll just be snapping on his roommate. But his roommate used to always make sure the money used to be straight, because I had to go get something before and I dealt with his roommate. You know what I mean? Now, Lee was like the way I described Lee was probably like 5'11", you know what I mean? A slim, little brown skinned dude, you know what I mean? Wore glasses, looked like he was about 35, you know what I mean? I don't know where he was from, I never asked, you know what I mean? But I think like he used to work in the library sometimes. Like he worked somewhere. He used to have a little job because he wanted to say he was at this job. But at the end of the day, he was scared of goddamn Chuck. That's what I do though. That nigga was scared of Chuck ass. So like, she would do whatever Chuck say, like kind of like, you know what I mean? So out of nowhere, goddamn the CO lady, she do a double. So she stay in our junk until the morning. You know what I mean? Because she worked the evening. So we see her in the morning. So when they pop the doors for breakfast, I come out, I see her in the booth. So she in the booth, like I come out and I look over the railing and she's in the booth way down there, but she like kind of out the bars and she's saying something to somebody like, you see her head twisting and moving and doing all this. So I'm like, what's going on here? So I come down the steps of shit. I look. And you see the nigga Chuck. He's in the top 5 dead or alive game. Waiting for the child off. He can be in the top 5. He was one of them niggas too. He's standing like this, like in the front, way by the, like where the office at, like the door right there. So he gonna be out the door first, but he's standing there. You know what I mean? He looking like, man, all right, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Then I just heard that nigga say, you can get anybody. You can get anybody ass. You can get anybody. So I'm like, damn. So when I hear that, I look over. I see Richmond. Richmond just like, he got to look like, I'm saying in my head, like, damn, see, COs got to be careful what they say. I don't know what she said for him to say that. Like, you got to be careful what you say, because if you say the wrong thing, you can start a goddamn war. You can get somebody killed for saying the wrong damn thing. So I hope she didn't say, I'm going to get somebody for you. But I have heard COs say that before. But all I know is that nigga Chuck was like, you can get whoever. You get whoever. I don't care who you get. I don't care who you get. He just snapped. Asking for child. He went to child. Nigga dipped out. He go to child. I'm like, damn, this nigga cold maniac, man. Goddamn, I come back from the child. I look, I see Richmond didn't go to child, you know what I mean? He probably heard, the lady probably was like, yo, they on their way back. So he dipped probably from talking to her at the booth and went and sat back in the pod in the day room. So when I come back through the door, you know what I mean? I'm like one of the top 10. I come back. I'm like, yo, I'm like, what's up, bro? Everything good? He like, yeah, everything good, shorty. I'm like, damn, boy. I'm like, man, shit crazy in this bitch, man. They done brought a maniac in this bitch, man. I said, that nigga's a maniac. He was like, man, for real, show. Man, when they first moved that nigga in the block, man, a minute ago, like, I just knew it, man. I had a bad feeling about that dude, man. Like, I hate when there's dudes like that in the pod. They got jobs, think they tough, act like they gotta scare people and all. I hate dudes like that. I was like, man, for real, bro, won't even like that. He won't doing nothing like that. Back when we was in 2C, I said, I ain't saying he's soft, but like, he won't on no like pushing that type of attention and pushing all this and doing all that. He won't doing none of that. You know what I mean? So Richard was like, man, for real, man, that nigga better just stay out my way. That nigga better stay out my way. So I'm like, bro, listen, bro, you know what I mean? Like, he ain't gonna get in your way, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to like alleviate the tension of what I think it probably was stemming right now. I'm thinking it's something about him and Chuck, and the lady probably said something like, yo, I'm gonna get somebody to whoop you. And he probably was like, you can get whoever, knowing she talking about Richmond. I don't know what he was talking about, but I'm just trying to ease the tension slightly by like, yo, bro, like, look, man, don't stunt that, bro. Just keep doing what you're doing, bro. Like, just chill, get your money, stay out the way. That's what you've been doing. He like, yeah, you know, but it's hard, Weezy, man, because dudes be in the way, Weezy. I'm like, I know, you ain't got to tell me. I already know the count, y'all. So, boom. People came back from child. Everybody come back. Everybody moving around. Anybody moving around. So, goddamn, we standing up at the jump. You know what I mean? We like by the phones and shit. But the partners already came back from child. So I look up. I see the nigga Chuck. Goddamn, he talking to the lady again. You know what I mean? But this time, he talking to the lady. It kind of look like he copping a deuce. You know what I mean? When I say copping a deuce, it look like he copping a plea. When I say he copping a plea, it look like he's saying sorry, goddammit. That's look like what he doing. He up there kind of like, yeah, like bottom of my heart, like, I ain't, he doing stuff like that. So like, I assumed it was a plea, you know what I mean? But you see the lady, it wasn't no argument. The lady walked away from the booth. The lady go home, you know what I mean? The lady go home, come back that night. When she come back that night, you know what I mean? Everything good. Everything was good. You know what I mean? I look out in the pod. Everything going smooth out in the pod. Sometimes I would stay in. If I really didn't have nothing to do on them last wrecks, I'll probably just stay in the cell, catch me a movie, chill. So I just stayed in on this day. So I didn't know what was going on out there. But my roommates out there. So I'd say probably like right before lockdown. You know what I mean? Right before 9:30, because we locked down 9:30. Like right before 9:30. You know what I mean? You hear like a small little ruckus. You know what I mean? You hear like a small ruckus. Like a couple of dudes kind of like, not really like they angry, you know what I mean? But like, it's like a loud noise. It's like, I don't know. It was just something I heard that got loud. So like, I come to the door because my door closed. But I know we about to lock down. So I get up and come to the door. And I look to see if I see my roommate. I spot my roommate. He's standing like by the toilet door all the way in the back of the pods. I see him and I just start scanning some more. And I'm like, and I hear a little noise again. And then when I scan back this way, my roommate was like, he kind of got my attention. He was like, hey. He went to the booth. Next thing you know, the door open. I come out. I'm like, I come down the steps on my cup. Like, I'm about to get some ice. I'm nosy as a bitch. I'm like, when I'm looking, I look. I see goddamn Richmond. It's like Richmond, the dude Richmond, him, his roommate, and another dude from Richmond. And they are talking to Chuck. Now, when I seen them talking to Chuck, like, I didn't know what to expect. Because I already know how Chuck be feeling about the dudes from the op. You know what I mean? He got something to prove. He gonna go dumb hard on those dudes. Like, and this, I felt like, damn, it was drama. This is the time to prove all that talk you was doing, bro. Like, I want to see it with my own two eyes since you hate Richard so much and you gotta do this and do that. So I come down the steps and I pin this shit. And they having a conversation. But I guess it got loud before I came out. But now everybody kind of like got him circled. Like he right there, like back his back to the wall though, but they all like right there and they talking. But it looked calm now, you know what I mean? It looked like it's calm. It looked like it's something calm and shit. So I'm like, damn, I ain't pay that shit no mind. So I get my ice and shit. I go back up the steps. 10 minutes later, lady called lockdown. Lockdown. Everybody going to their cell. My roommate come back in the cell. He like, yo, hey, this shit crazy. I'm like, what's up? He said, bro, they were about to fight down there. I'm like, who was about to fight? He was like, Chuck was about to fight all them niggas. I'm like, all them niggas? He like, yeah. I was like, for what? He was like, man, cuz, man, goddamn, I don't know. He's like, but what I heard that's going around in the pod now, he was like, man, goddamn, the nigga from Richmond was like, stay out his way. You know what I mean? Or he gonna tell everybody he gay. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he told Chuck that, but whenever they was talking about Chuck snapped and said, nigga, you lying, nigga. Yeah, nigga, you lying. And that's when I heard kind of like, I couldn't hear what he was saying, but I heard like a loud noise. So he said, goddamn, the nigga Chuck was like, nigga, you lying, nigga. You lying. So he said Richmond just was standing there keeping his composure the whole time. So I'm like, damn, like he told the man to stay out his way or he gonna tell everybody he's gay. So I'm like, I start rewinding the tape. I'm like, hold on. We was in 2C, bro. He ain't never showed those characteristics. I never seen him do nothing. I never seen him do this. And the whole time we've been in this pod, he has not shown those characteristics. So I'm like, that's a whale, bro. Cause like, I was like, bro, wild maniac. You know what I mean? But I'm like, he ain't gay, bro. Like, he ain't, they welling about that shit, bro. I was like, that's like, if Richmond did that, I was like, he lame for doing that because like, why you gonna go tell a man you gonna blackmail him if he don't fall back? Like, that shit is not gonna work. Like, maybe he thought it was gonna work. I don't know why he did it, but he did it. You know what I mean? So I'm basically like, that shit is not true. This shit is not true. The man don't get down like that. The whole time I've been around twice. You know what I mean? So he like, man, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but all I know is that's what's happening. So I'm like, damn, this shit crazy. So the whole time they were doing this, the lady was in the booth. You know what I mean? The lady was in the booth and shit. So we locked down for the rest of the night. So it used to be this one dude that used to work at night. He used to always come holler at me and my roommate, pop out tray slot. And like until it's time to lock down, I think at 1:30 or 12, sometime 12:30, I forgot the time, but he'll come just sit down by our door and talk to us through the tray slot. You know what I mean? So he kicking it with us. He's like, yo, bro, this shit crazy as hell in the pod. I'm like, man, I heard, goddamn. He like, yeah. He was like, man, that shit crazy, man. He was like, man, for real. Bro said he got the right evidence, like, to put dude on blast. You know what I mean? He was like, he know for a fact that the nigga gay. You know what I mean? He was like, I talked to Richmond. He was like, he know for a fact that the nigga gay. You know what I mean? He said he just trying to goddamn tell him basically get the fuck out the pod, bro, and I ain't gonna tell your business. You know what I mean? Which was a strategic move. And I respect it slightly, but I knew it wasn't gonna work. You know what I mean? Like you can't negotiate with a maniac. It's not gonna work. So like I'm just thinking this shit is not gonna work. So bro ran filling me in about everything. You know, he on the night shift, he done heard, you know what I mean? So he like, yo, he was like, this shit crazy as a bitch, man. He was like, man, cause the nigga Chuck ain't come back out. You know what I mean? He was like, he ain't even come out and clean. So I look, I'm like, oh, he ain't out there. He was like, no, he ain't even come out. So I'm like, man, what's going on? This is nuts right here. This is crazy right here. So I was like, man, that's their business, bro. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? Even though I knew, like, this was a touchy subject right here, though. Like, this can get ugly right here, yo. This is a sticky situation. Paul is like, you know what I mean? You trying to bribe a dude, getting out the pod by saying you know he gay and all this stuff. And I'm like, where your proof at, bro? That's all I was waiting on, y'all. So, boom. You know what I mean? There wasn't no proof presented to me. So, I was going with innocent. I ain't even gonna lie. I was going with innocent. We come back out for breakfast. Next day, everybody out in the pod. I look, Chuck standing over there. It's him, his roommate. They standing over there. His roommate got the face like this. Chuck standing tall and proud. Goddamn it, Chuck like, nigga waiting on child, nigga. They got that call. Is it child? He got them. He walked out, tall as a bitch. He goes to the door. Everybody outside talking. We walking deep as a bitch outside. Everybody talking. Man, shit crazy. Everybody niggas like, yo, Weezy, heard about it? I'm like, hey, bro, I done heard about it a few times, bro. I don't know. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't know what's going on. We go eat. We come back from eating. Goddamn. We come back from eating. I look up. The nigga Chuck got down talking to Richmond. But Chuck looked like he done changed clothes, got on his war clothes, you know what I mean? He got his socks tucked in his scrubs. Goddamn, his sneakers tied up tight. New Balance is tight as a bitch. Goddamn it, that's word. Those shit was tied tight as hell. And it looked like he ready. Goddamn. It looked like he ready, y'all. That's my word. He just looked like he was ready. So he talking to Richmond. Now, Richmond goddamn still dressed for child. Like, he got the boots on. Like, he don't look like he's ready. But at the end of the day, like I say, this shit is a gamble of doing what he did. Man, this is my word. That nigga was goddamn talking. Goddamn, that nigga Chuck was like, yo, nigga, you a bitch. Bah! He smacked the shit out of Richmond. Richmond was like, man, he took that damn smack. He was like, and ran at that nigga. So when he ran at him, the nigga Chuck kind of like turned this way. The nigga goddamn Richmond threw a jump, like kind of came and he hit the wall. Man, that's the first time I seen a dude miss a punch. Man, that's my word. Like, the nigga did some old ultimate maniac move. Like, he smacked the nigga. Nigga, you a fucking lie. He smacked the nigga back up. The nigga Richmond said, came back like, and he was about to throw a haymaker. He threw some shit. Man, that nigga goddamn Chuck said, Chuck ducked that shit. Man, that nigga said, that shit hit the wall. He was like, fuck. Fuck. Chuck grabbed that nigga ass. When he grabbed that nigga, his homeboys came over there. Niggas, old head from Richmond came over there. Chill out. Fuck y'all doing, man? Nigga goddamn Chuck was like, dude from Petersburg came over there. Chuck was like, yeah, motherfucker. You wanna lie on my motherfucking name, nigga? Yeah, tell me you got fucking proof, nigga. You ain't showed me nothing yet, nigga, so fuck you. I'ma beat your ass every day until you show me proof, nigga. So goddamn, I'm like, oh shit. Nigga, Richmond get up. Richmond like, all right, y'all. That nigga shit was fucked, though. Man, that nigga shit was fucked. That nigga goddamn, I promise y'all, that nigga hand was like this goddamn big. From hitting that damn wall, man, that nigga hand turned swollen instantly. So he like, all right, I got something, but he injured. The nigga injured, so his homeboy's like, nigga, that nigga a bitch. Fuck that. So them niggas mad as fuck. Them niggas mad as a bitch. So I already know what Chuck thinking. Like, Chuck thinking probably like, I gotta close the deal on this shit now before these niggas get the word to these other Richmond niggas and these niggas start teaming up like Avengers. That's what goddamn he thinking. He like, I gotta take care of business. But I'm thinking this is what he thinking. But he didn't do what I thought he was thinking, which was weird, y'all. So boom. Goddamn, the nigga Richmond had to go heal up. He had to go into the cell, heal up and shit. So, goddamn, this all happened on day shift. Know what I mean? Evening time come, shift change. The lady come to work. She on the floor. She come to work and shit. Goddamn, she do the rounds. She get the goddamn guest bro cell. We still in the cell. We hear her say, what the fuck? The niggas look, but she under us. We can't see because she under us checking the doors. So I'm like, the fuck? Then we hear it's her. She come up the steps. She do our check. She go through the back door, do C-Pod jump. She dip. So goddamn, let us out. Empire rack. The doors open up. Everybody step out like, oh shit, this shit about to get crazy. What the fuck going on? You see the Richmond niggas, goddamn, them niggas went straight to bro cell, goddamn, like they was protecting that nigga, goddamn. I don't know if they had the knife on them, I don't know what was going on. See Chuck come out, Chuck on his regular shit, Chuck like, yeah, goddamn, Chuck still pumped up from earlier, Chuck like, yeah, nigga, fuck that, man. Hell nah, nigga gotta have proof. You know what I mean? Nigga gotta have proof. And this is what I'm saying in my head, why did Richmond even do this without the proof? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? You know he gay. Like, bro, if you been knew this, bro, you should have been trying to get his ass off, bro. You just came with this, like, you just found out this information. So a lot of things wasn't adding up to me, y'all. A lot of things wasn't adding up. And I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. So the lady come on the floor. And shit. She got down. She go straight to goddamn bro cell, start talking to him again. You know what I mean? Start talking to him again and shit. So the nigga Chuck say, he walk over to the body nigga cell. He was like, man, I don't know what you talking to that old soft ass nigga for. I don't know what you talking to that soft ass nigga for. I don't know why you talking to his soft ass. I don't know why you talking to, he looking at dude, cause dude at the door. I don't know why you talking to his soft ass. She said, get the fuck away from this door. The hell is wrong with you? He was like, what? Yeah, fuck you and fuck him. She was like, motherfucker, fuck you, you gay bitch. She went, man, she snapped. When he said fuck her, man, she snapped. She said, nigga, F you, you gay B. She went retarded. He like, what? Like, he wanted to smack the shit out of her. She was like, yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, I don't want to tell Richmond. Yeah, I told him your ass was gay. You know why? Because when I came and did a round one night, your ass didn't even fucking see me. You had your cut up, but it was cracked. And I seen you in there fucking your roommate. Niggas was like, oh, shit. Goddamn. Instantly, I looked over at his roommate. His roommate sat on the wall like, everybody like, oh shit, that nigga goddamn. Chuck looked like Like he figured it out. Like I figured it out. He said, I know this is what he's thinking in his damn head. You know why? Because I'm reading his damn brain. I know what his brain is saying. Fuck. This is how this nigga knew. How the fuck? How the fuck knew my secret? That's why he was so fucking angry. She was like, nigga, you gay, nigga. Yeah, you gay. You gay. You gay, motherfucker. Yeah. Fuck you. So the dude, there's a dude in the booth, a young boy in the booth. He comes to the little joint. He like, yeah. He calling her. He like, hey, let's see. Let's see. She walking. She like, yeah. Fuck you. Fuck you, your gay ass. And that nigga Chuck walking beside him like, nigga, you fucking lie. She like, nigga, I seen you, nigga. I seen you. She went to his roommate. She was like, tell me I'm a fucking lie. His roommate still standing on the wall like this. I said, oh my fucking God. And Chuck was like, it looked like he couldn't do nothing but laugh. He was like, because he figured it out. He figured out what Richmond got this information from. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna still kill your boyfriend. She was like, fuck you, motherfucker. I'm gonna get you out this pot. Fuck you. Fuck you. He was like, yeah, fuck you, bitch. She was like, yeah, all right. Dude, open the slider. She come in the booth. You see the dude talking to the CO like, what the fuck are you doing? You wild. Like, da, da, da. So she trying to explain, da, da, da. So everybody in the park like, oh, shit. Like, damn. She caught the nigga nailing his roommate. Pause. I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like, this shit crazy. We wind the tape back slightly. Do his roommate look fruity? I don't know. He looked regular to me, goddammit. But you never know these days when you behind closed doors. Shh, that shit was crazy as a bitch. So boom! I promise y'all, this lady come back on the floor. So I guess niggas try to calm Chuck down like, yo, don't let that lady get you stirred up. She lying, da 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 da. But niggas was like, yo, somebody had to tell Richmond that shit. So she probably did know, but why the fuck was she lying? All that conversation was going on. So Chuck didn't come out. She come back on the floor. She talked to a couple dudes. She dipped. We didn't see her again until the night wreck time. So I'm in the cell. It's night wreck though. But my man out there, he got our trace lock pop. So we watching everything any goddamn way. So she come back out that jump. So I guess Chuck is out in the pod too this time. So they out there, you can just hear them arguing loud as fuck. She like, motherfucker, you gay. She was like, that's on my motherfucking kid. She went ham. She said, on my motherfucking kids, your ass is gay. She was like, your shirt was on the door. She was like, but you didn't have it on there right. She said, you can see right through the side. She said, I seen you having sex with your roommate from the back. Niggas was like, oh. But everybody in the cell, but I know everybody on their door, niggas was like, oh shit. What the fuck? What the hell is going on? This shit crazy. So I'm trying to figure out like, damn, like I know this one hits hard. Pause. I know this hits hard because like, I already know Chuck, like, damn, Chuck done built his reputation up to be the bully, box nigga. But he's not the person that he really is. The person that he really is, he's gay. You know what I mean? You gay, Chuck, man. Like, kind of like, don't fight it, bro. If that's who you are, that's who you are. Like, you know what I mean? The lady put you on blast, man, because everything happened for a reason, bro. That's how I was looking at it. Like, I believe the lady. I don't think a CEO will go through all these desperate measures to tell a nigga that she caught him hitting the damn roommate. Because if I was the roommate, and I would have heard her say that shit, I'm going to jail if you lying on me. Fuck that, I'm going to jail. I'm going to Red Onion. God damn it, I'm fighting that damn lady. What? You said, nigga, what? Man, we fighting, man. That nigga roommate was just standing on the wall like, I'm like, damn, this shit could be true, y'all. So boom. Nigga Chuck, man, he's just angry and angrier. Like, he's so angry. He's pissed. He's pissed that his business just got blasted like this, man. Like, and for real, like, y'all can do the math, do the science, whatever y'all want to call it, y'all self from hearing this story. Like I told y'all, I believe the CEO. Like, I don't think a CEO would go through all this. And now that I rewind the tape, he had a celly that he was in the cell with for a minute, since he been in that pod, kind of like, but dude never was a dude that was known to be gay. Like I say, you never know these days. You never know how people are. So I believe this shit, man, because like, he thought he moved around like he was perfect. You're not perfect, bro. You know what I mean? You're not perfect, bro. The whole time you like dudes. Like, this is your whole situation. So I just was looking back, looking at this shit like, damn, bro. Like, your luck just bad, nigga. The CO, you know what I mean? We go outside. Everybody talking about the shit. Niggas talking to Petersburg. Niggas, he ain't even come outside. Petersburg niggas like, yo, Chuck at? Yo, he ain't come out. Niggas like, yo, he ain't come out. Like, he ain't come out. Everybody talking, yeah, you know, they say the CEO goddamn, say they call him doing the goddamn Uchi Coochie la 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 la, goddamn it. They call him doing the goddamn, the shake, rattle, and roll, all type of shit. Niggas talking all over the compound. And he ain't even come out to face that type of shit. He probably felt deep in the inside, pause, that he was really guilty and caught. Because he was so mad at goddamn the nigga Richmond, he really felt like, in his mind, Richmond really was welling. But he probably was like, how the fuck Richmond know? So he got to be welling. So that's how he was looking at it. Like, he got to be welling because there's no way for him to know. Man, the whole time, Richmond got his info from the CO. The lady he be talking to, Miss C, y'all. So boom. And he ducked that shit after morning breakfast. We go to morning rec. He don't come outside, face his niggas. You know what I mean? Everybody's calling him, seeing what's going on. I come back in the pod. The nigga look angry as a bitch standing by the payphone. That nigga hop on the phone. Now, the whole time now, the dude, Richmond and his homeboys making sure he's straight because he really injured. Like, I didn't even want to go to cell and talk to Richmond because I know this nigga really injured. Like, I knew for a fact if he wasn't injured, he probably would have went and got a knife and tried to goddamn take motherfucking Chuck ass out. You know what I mean? But he fucked up. He fucked his hand up. His homeboy's holding him down. But Richmond can't go eat because his hand fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, you can hide your hand during the count time. You know what I mean? But Richmond can't hide it. You know what I mean? He can't go to trial and have his hand being seen because he can go to jail. So his homeboys kind of like he was holding him down, making sure like when he was wrecked, they would buy his cell because he slept on the bottom tier. So Chuck didn't fuck with him. But the lady coming to work and just smiling in his face, laughing at him, you know what I mean? Like, just treating him like a real piece of shit that he got caught. Now, his roommate never stepped up, straightened it. He never said a word. He never said if it was true, if it wasn't true. I guess he was just so goddamn scared. Like, yo, if I admit to saying it's true that Chuck's gonna freaking kill me, and if I kind of come out and tell people that it's not true, like people's not gonna believe me, and Chuck probably still kills my ass. He had a no-win situation, basically. His roommate, he had a no-win situation, y'all. He had nothing he can win and gain off. Because if he didn't do it in the beginning when she first said it, nigga, you guilty, y'all. So boom. That's how I looked at it, man. But the nigga Chuck, he went and hopped on the jack. You know what I mean? I don't know, he went to holler at his peoples or what. You know what I mean? But he hopped on the phone. He's on the phone. You never see him use the phone like that, but he's on the phone. He's on the phone. He get off the phone. He go to his cell. He close the door. He put the cut up. Cut goes up. He's in the cell for a second. Goddamn. You know what I mean? Chuck don't fuck with him. Chuck don't do shit. Goddamn. Lady in there, smiling on his face. He pissing him off. I know he is. Goddamn. I mean, Chuck come down the steps. He get his door open. Come down the steps. He's standing over there by an old head dude from Petersburg. He just standing there, just looking around. It look like his mind is all over the damn place. Like, come on, bro. You got caught being gay, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this shit happens, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It happens to a lot of dudes in penitentiary. So, like, I'm sitting there looking like, damn, like, I can't really read his brain. And y'all know I read brains, but I can't really read his brain because his brain got a whole bunch of freaky shit probably going through it right now. So I don't want to read his damn brain. But his brain is probably telling his ass, man, like, damn, bro, the jig is up. You know what I mean? Like, just deal with it. That's what I thought his brain was saying, but no. And then Chuck, just looking around. You know what I mean? Checking shit. Watching. You know what I mean? I come out the cell, I see him. Like, damn, he been standing there all damn day. I go sit at the table with old heads and shit, kicking him with them for a second. I look over at goddamn the nigga Richmond cell. There's nobody over there. He told you he slept right there on the bottom tip. So I'm like, damn, his homies ain't over there. I mean, I ain't paying no mind. You know what I mean? Lady says, cell break, cell break. So when it's a cell break, you set your roommate to get your door popped. You can hit the button in the cell, or you can have your roommate stand by the door. You know what I mean? She'll pop the door. Or however, you can be by the booth and be like, yo, cell 8 trying to come out. You know what I mean? And you can get the door open like that. So I don't know how the nigga Richmond door got open. I'm telling y'all, man, I don't know how the fucking door got open, man. All I know is, man, I looked up and that nigga Chuck was inside that nigga goddamn cell, man. Chuck was inside that nigga goddamn cell. That nigga had a lock in the sock. That's all I was seeing. Like, I didn't see no knife. But every time I saw that damn shit go back like this, all you saw was that filthy ass white sock just coming back. Man, that nigga just was wailing on Richmond ass. He was, bow, bow. And that nigga Richmond just was on the ground like this, taking them shits. That nigga was hitting his swollen hand, because he balling up. He was hitting that nigga swollen hand. He was just pounding that nigga ass. He hitting that nigga hard. Niggas was like, oh shit. So you got like a minute or two before she shut the doors. He inside Richmond's cell. So I don't know, the Richmond niggas, I don't know where the fuck they are. Look, there's one on him. He coming down the steps. He like, he just chilling. I guess he read the pod. Everybody like, that nigga was like, that nigga get down the steps. That nigga went down there. That nigga went in that bitch. They start rumbling in that bitch. Niggas hit me goddamn. Chuck started throwing in that bitch. They rumbling. Chuck can't let that goddamn lock go. Chuck like this. What? He hitting that nigga. What? What? Man, he's swinging the hell out of that shit. Other dude coming that bitch. Man, they in that bitch banking the shit out of my look. Man, that nigga Richmond got down on the ground, kind of like, and still ball up mode. Like, I guess he in shock from getting hit that many times with a lock in the damn sock. Man, it's my word. Man, them niggas was in that bitch thumping hard as a bitch. Them niggas, they held him down. I ain't gonna lie, cause if they ain't coming in, he probably would've killed Richmond with that damn lock in the sock. That nigga just hit that nigga ass. Buckle, buckle, buckle. And I'm saying in my head, like, damn, bro, like, you about to ready to kill a nigga cause a nigga found out you gay. Like, that shit just didn't make sense to me, man. But I watched him beat the hell out of Richmond. Richmond homeboys came in there and saved him. They in that bitch banking the shit out Chuck, but Chuck rumbling. That shit was loud as a bitch. Nobody could go in there and break it up. Niggas looking like that shit a 2-on-1, cause fucking Richmond can't get off the ground. Man, they in that bitch rumbling hard as fuck. Chuck ain't let that damn lock in the sock go, man. And they just kept rumbling, and then the door closed. The door, they shut the door. Then you hear a nigga hit the door. Boom! That shit was loud as a bitch. Then they rumbling, boom! The door again. The lady got up on her chair. She was like, then she heard boom. Then she seen the door rock because it was right there. She was like, she got on the phone. Police coming at me. People's a motherfucker. They come in that joint. Goddamn, he was like, open up cell 8. They open the door. Goddamn, he was like, what the fuck? Man, get y'all there. They start grabbing niggas. Like, they was like, oh, we got one hurt. That nigga got down, look. That nigga Richmond was still like, I was like, man, I don't even blame that nigga to ball up for 30 minutes after getting hit with that damn lock in the sock. I don't blame him, goddammit. That shit hurt. I know that shit hurt. He was hitting that nigga hand. He was hitting him in his back, his neck. He was hitting him in his back, his arms, his shoulder. Man, that man took a lot of hits, man. Pause, man. But police came in that bitch, broke that shit up, man. That nigga Chuck came out that bitch. Goddamn, I was like, oh shit. Niggas was like, damn, niggas was looking like they were happy as a bitch Chuck was gone. Niggas was like, yes, that nigga out of here. Man, they locked them niggas up, man. They came back. They goddamn went and got Richmond, man. They saw his hand. They saw all that shit, man. They took that nigga to medical. You know what I mean? They took that nigga to medical. That's my word. They took that nigga to medical, man. Because all that shit was happening in his cell. When they came in there, Richmond wasn't fighting. You know what I mean? Richmond was in medical, man, for about a week. But they never gave nobody his cell. About a week go by. We was on lockdown for a couple days behind that shit. They let us back off. About a week go by, man. And nigga Richmond came back to the pod, man. His shit was all bandaged up. And he had the sling and all type of shit, man. His hand was still fucked up, man. Goddamn, his shoulder was fucked up, man. All type of shit, man. He come back to the joint. Niggas like, damn, I was seeing that nigga. I was like, damn, bro, you made it through that shit. I was like, yo, bro, I know this the wrong time to hit this, bro. I was like, bro, you shouldn't even goddamn try to threaten that nigga with that goddamn. He was like, man, I thought that nigga was gonna get his gas out the pod about it, told him that shit. I was like, bro, hell nah, bro, you can't negotiate with a maniac. I'll tell you once again, you can't negotiate with a damn maniac, man. That nigga Chuck was a psycho, man, but that CO put his ass on blast and she told everybody what she saw. And it was true. And it was true, man, because I'll say probably about a year later, I seen his old roommate that was in one building. His old roommate that was Chuck's roommate and we was in 4 building. I seen him in 1 building a couple years later. This was when I was back in 2C before I left to go to Lawrenceville. This was in 08 probably. Man, I see the man. The man is fully gay. He's fully gay now. Like he went out. He probably was like, fuck it, the gig is up too. So he went all the way gay. So the rumor turned out to be true, man. You know what I mean? I guess for hitting that dude, hitting Richmond with the lock in the sock, they end up transferring goddamn Chuck, man. Chuck was out of there, man. But Chuck went dumb hard for Petersburg, though. Pause. Literally. He did. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, like, I just felt like Chuck didn't have to, like, feel like he had something to prove. And the whole time you got a deep, dark secret in the closet. Richmond shouldn't try to threaten him. The information, you can't negotiate with a maniac, man. He shouldn't have tried to do it, man. He should have just kept it regular, man. Like, Chuck was going to be Chuck, and that's just what it is, y'all. Like, it was nothing he could do about it, man. But, and that's the end of the damn story. I appreciate y'all for watching as always, man. Y'all know the count, man. But I definitely need y'all to stay out the way, man. I want y'all to stay out the way, man, for you can just be out here and enjoy the rest of your life. You don't want to enjoy the rest of your life? Or you want to live in prison. You want to go there and grow up in prison like I did. I missed all my damn 20s. All of them. I didn't get a chance to go to the prom. I didn't get a chance to go to college. I didn't get a chance to have a job, my own apartment in my 20s. I didn't get a chance to do nothing because I wasted my life by getting in trouble. It happens that fast, y'all. Next thing you know, you in penitentiary with years already. You don't want to go through that, man. Take my advice. take me for instance, take me for example. I have went through that before. I don't want to see y'all go through that, man. Stay out here, enjoy your life, man, and don't go to that place. Prison is a crazy place. You don't want to go there, man. Just stay out here and enjoy the rest of your life, y'all. Period, man. But y'all already know the count. This is the Tuesday banger game. Y'all already know what I need y'all to do with this one right here. Like, share, subscribe this one, y'all. Let's get this. Get it. Let's go. But y'all be safe, man, and stay out ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes.